do a recording on the creek here. This is before it flows over. There's a waterfall coming down. And down on the waterfall you see all the frozen sides of the bank of the creek. It's getting a little cold right now. The sun has gone behind the clouds. It's 1 o'clock. As you see, we're going along here. We just got through recording a couple of messages on the creek. There's a car up there with Marilyn waving. I'm going to go down here and show you the creek here. Here we still have our books out. I haven't put everything up yet. You'll see the creek is beginning to freeze, and you can see the edges of the creek. Little statues around here, and a little bit of sunshine that we have today. A little girl reading her Bible. I can smell wood fire. There's the creek beginning to freeze over. More frozen sides of the creek all along. I have an ice palace up here to show you. Well, the creek is running very deep here, but the sides of the creek are beginning to freeze. It was 16.1 degrees last night, and it's supposed to get much colder than that. It'll probably hit below zero within a week. As you can see, our frozen sides of our creek. As we go along here, you can see that we have cleaned up the banks where you can easily walk down here without any encumbrance of branches or anything at all. Like a little golf course down through here. Another bridge. See a little cottontail rabbit jumping along down there. You can see where the creek becomes very deep here. The creek is very deep. Maybe 6 feet deep here in places. We've done a lot to beautify this and make it more accessible for people that come up and study God's Word with us. It's going to be a little chilly. We need to get a place to teach indoors. If any of you are so inclined out there to donate for this purpose, we would appreciate it. I could not preach yesterday because it was too windy. Here we go down the creek. If you can see it, it's still flowing. It's about 6 to 12 inches down lower than what it was earlier. A lot of the springs in the mountains are now frozen. This is the end of our property here. And I've got some firewood up here. I did bring my wood-burning cook stove up here. All I need now is a place to put it in. Got lots of brush here. A lot of this can be firewood. There's our last pine tree. I want to walk back up here and show you our ice palace today. This is the White Mountains. That's Boundary Peak and Montgomery Peak up there. There's our motor home in the background. We're going to walk up this road into a display of ice. To pack down the roads, you must put water on them and let it sprinkle. And I've had to leave the water running up here because I don't have a well house nor underground plumbing at this time, so I have to leave the water running at night. And I left the sprinkler on down here, Rainbird sprinkler, and you'll get to see what happened last night. And here you see the creek is beginning to freeze over here. That's ice down there on the edge. That was once flowing water, now it is not. The leaves have fallen in there and grass is growing up. Now here we go into our ice palace. This ground was about 6 inches deep in ice this morning. I don't think it's over about 40 degrees right now, but this ground is absolutely frozen. That's ice. It was solid ice earlier. All the rocks are crusted with ice. The ground, now it's, I'm going to move the sprinkler and move it down here further, but I wanted you to see this display of ice so if I can keep them falling down. Because this ground is very slippery. You can hear the ice crushing underneath my feet. This is very, very beautiful. Very beautiful. What nature can do with water in the wintertime. Very, very beautiful. By the way, that's Indian tea there. You can gather that tea and simmer it, and it is very good for you. It cleanses your blood. And anyway, there's still a lot of ice sculptures here. My wife has not been able to come down there and see this, but that Indian tea right there is extremely beautiful. That is beautiful. That ice is about 2 inches or more thick on top of that rock. You can hear the ice crushing underneath my feet. Beautiful display, ice palace. We'll walk back down the creek and see where we have worked, piling brush and cleaning this out. And we'll put the rest of our equipment up and go put these things out on the website, including this. Very beautiful. There's all kinds of little statues, and as you look down there, you'll see a little frog statue down there. The man that had this property before did a lot of artistic landscaping, and most of the little statues and things are on our side of the creek here. We'll cut this back a little bit better and clean it up as we go with our work. As we evangelize the birds and the chipmunks and the fish and the rabbits and whoever will come to hear God's Word. I know the last part of the Gospel of Mark is not inspired and not there, but it says, preach the gospel to every creature. Now, whoever put that in there, I am preaching the gospel to every creature, from the lizards to the chipmunks to whatever. As we go back up and we look at this wondrous land that God has created. This is Thanksgiving Day. Let us be thankful for what we have, always. We have some breeder fish in here that spawn and multiply. There's the pulpit with our recording devices, our pulpit and chairs, our little congregation here. I'm going to back up here and show you the waterfall once again. This is very pretty here. Marilyn was just awestruck with this morning. There's where the water comes down. That's a little hidden pond back there with a duck tide. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 splits in that creek right here. And these are our little pine trees. Solar lights down here at nighttime, you don't even have to use a flashlight. You can see where you're going by these solar lights. Thank you for visiting with us as we show you our little place. May God bless you richly. Amen.